Hi there, it's Wendy Smith, life coach here, and I'm talking today about the need for attention from as many people as possible. You know, those types of people that are forever wanting attention. I think we talked about it in the conflict creating video, and today we're going to actually look at the reasons, the things that might be going on behind this desire to get attention, regardless of whether it's good or in their favour or against them. Simply to be on people's minds, the focus of attention. It's actually really a lack of attention to themselves, a lack of self-awareness, and they're just seeking for other people to fill them up that makes them feel good because they don't actually feel good enough inside. And this is a common issue for a lot of people. But what it is they need to actually look at themselves, see whether they're actually likable, whether they like themselves, whether there's a need for love, whether they feel as if they were ignored, and discover, as I say, the ultimate reasons for them needing to seek outside of themselves what it is that they need to give to them that they feel they're missing. So they don't care often that they're hurting those that are already giving the attention. They will move from, one circle to the next circle as soon as they feel that, people have stopped giving them attention or maybe become aware of this toxic habit that they have. And it's actually often self-destructive behaviours, self-destructive patterns that lead them to move from, one, friend group, family members onto the next person, from one partner to the next person, looking, as often players do, male and female, they're seeking even further validation that they're likable. And they can be really greedy and selfish. It could be that they're insatiable in their desire to, just get as much love and attention and affection as possible. And I don't think anybody would ever be able to fill them up with enough because they always need more. It's often a form of addiction. It operates in the same way. They like a little bit of attention, so they seek more. And then when they've, maxed out the attention they can get from the person in front of them, they still need more. And this is when they start looking elsewhere and feel unfulfilled at home. They're actually really unhappy, unsatisfied in themselves. They've got a lack of self-love and, they're looking for it from others. It destroys friendships, relationships, work relationships. They're so toxic and damaging in the way they go about getting this attention that it actually upsets a lot of people. It's extremely inappropriate, and they actually have no limits to how far they'll go to get that attention. They'll actually step on people. They will hurt somebody as long as they get their fix of attention and focus for however long they can get it. So it's almost like hoarding love and attention from people that actually see the good side of them, trust them, believe in the best of them. Genuinely good people, as we know, will actually assume that everybody's got good intentions, and sometimes are naive enough to not actually recognise that this person is just desperate to satisfy a need that they need to give themselves before they can actually be appropriate and have healthy relationships with one person. So they feel insecure, they feel unfulfilled, they actually believe that they have to be perfect. The paradox is that they behave in ways that are mean and they end up disliked by lots of people. They're demanding. They're not just hoping for, they're not just being themselves and letting the right people come to them. They just demand attention, 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 attention. Rather, excuse me, that rather like a small child. And often it has its basis within a childhood trauma. And we'll go on to that. The reasons that this may come up, it may have been that they needed to fight for attention in childhood. They could have been parental conflict. It could have been a large family. It could be that they had a narcissistic parent, so they were always being played off against those siblings, or, there was a lot of conflict in the parents' marriage, so therefore the child trying to get attention was not often happening because of the focus of the two parents constantly arguing, bickering, and therefore the child would have felt as if it was being left out. It could have been copied from a toxic parent who, it's given that impression that actually it's a good thing to do, a positive trait or behaviour that's working for that parent, and the younger child might then adopt that and start using it for their benefit, or they may feel that they need to do things to get people's attention because that's what they also learn to do in childhood as a way of getting some sort of attention from someone. They often have low self-esteem and more often than not tend to use manipulation, passive-aggressive. They're conflict creators, as we said before. Any attention is attention, and whether it's good or, attention's attention. There's no differential, there's no black and white, there's no extremes of, and it doesn't matter how it comes about as long as they are getting attention. They actually thrive on it. It makes them feel good within themselves, and makes them feel worthwhile, I think. Makes them feel that they've got a place in the world. However, isn't it more important to be liked rather than sort of force ourselves on other people, force people to like us, pretend to be somebody we're not so that people will like us, with that false mask, which often those types of people will do in the beginning while they're getting you on side. They'll show you their best side, so you're giving them that positive attention. But then, when we start to see who they really are, they're still getting attention anyway. So, it doesn't actually really matter any longer to them, just as long as they've got your attention. It could be that you're worrying, you're trying to sort things out, you're contacting them, you're not getting an answer, and therefore it's playing on your mind. That in itself is still a form of attention that they're getting from you. So, as you know, I am a life coach and I help people to learn how to recognize these types of people. And obviously, if you realize that this means something to you and that you want to start learning healthy self-love, healthy relationships, healthy interactions, change any negative behaviors that you may have come across throughout any of the videos that I've posted, I can help you come through that. I can help you create new habits. I can help you look at your influences and where you've picked up these things from, and we can guide you on the path to creating those, that healthy self-esteem, that healthy self-love. Give yourself the attention that you're seeking and undo that pattern of behavior that is actually toxic and damaging to yourself, to your own self-esteem. Because when you're comfortable with yourself, we don't need to seek attention from other people because we're actually happy as we are. So, but I'll post my details below, which will give you my email address, help you to find me on Facebook, and get in touch, and we can work together to help you to overcome any of this stuff, and also to help you recognize and avoid those people in future and anything that's had you accepting those people around you to actually build you up into the person that doesn't need people like this and no longer gives your attention to these people, enabling them to drain you of your energy and control your mind, your behaviours, and all those things that these people do to get that attention from you. Emotional reactions are still giving them attention. So, but yes, by all means, get in touch with me. You know, I do work with people on a one-to-one basis. We can do it via the internet. So if your location is outside of the Inverness area where I live, then we can still work together. I work with lots of people all over the UK and have had clients all over the world. So anything's possible with the internet. So, all right, well, take care. Have a great day. And I'll see you soon with more videos. Thanks now. Bye.